Hey, what's going on, guys? Ryan Force here with another lesson from this awesome book, Peaks and Valleys. Basically, the whole thing's a metaphor for your life. It's going to have the valleys and it's going to have the peaks. So you're going to go up and down. You're going to have your good times and the bad. And it's about how to create more peaks and less valleys. So basically, this young man who lives in the valley goes up to the peak with a wise old man, or he finds a wise old man, and this is his second time visiting the old man after he'd had some hardship with the first time. And when he was with the old man, he looked across the valley and noticed there was an even higher peak. There was an even higher mountain. It was like, wow, that's incredible. I'll bet the view's even better from there. And the old man, yes, it is. But then he looks down, he sees the huge valley and the huge climb he will have to make to get up to this new peak. He's already at a peak, he's doing pretty well, but he wants to get to a new peak. There's an even higher reach, which of course is a metaphor for your life, for reaching for even higher things in your life, even higher goals, even higher aspirations. And he's talking to the old man, he's like, but how can I get there? It's so far away, it's such a high climb. And the old man said, I find the best way to get through a valley is by creating and following your own sensible vision. And by sensible, I mean a vision of the future peak you want to be on that makes good sense to you. Something as big as you can imagine that is also as realistic and attainable if you want it enough. And sensible also means you can make what you imagine more real to you when you use all your five senses to create an image in such specific, believable detail that you begin to realize you can make it happen. So what the old wise man's basically saying is the best way to get to this peak, to go through the valley that's so deep, that's such a high climb, is to have that sensible vision in your mind. So an example, last night I'd done a few hours of work during the day, but like 6 p.m. I sat down to really start grinding, having no idea where it'd take me. And next thing I knew, it was 2:30 a.m. and I was still working. And all that had zero immediate results. All that work I was doing, all that learning that I was doing had no immediate payoff. I don't know if it'll pay off, but I do, because I have that vision that's so strong. It doesn't matter to me how deep this valley is, how much I have to go through. It's so vivid, it's so clear that there's nothing that's going to stop me. All these things in the way are menial. It's a joke. Okay, I have to put in 6 months of hard work learning and understanding everything, even if I get very little results at first. The end result's complete time freedom, complete financial independence, and the best way that nothing stops me now, and that nothing stops other really successful people that it talks about in this book and in real life, is they have that vivid vision with all the five senses being used. So for me, I review this vision that I've written down every morning. I wake up on a beautiful January morning in my high-rise apartment in San Diego. I step out on my balcony drinking my morning coffee, and I open up my laptop to look into the back office of the 4% in GAZ. I see that I'm already at a 10,000 month, and I smile as the sun softly glows on me, and I feel a zephyr wind blowing on me. Even though it's January, it is still warm, and I can't imagine that just a few months ago I was working as a lifeguard. I had very little time independence, time freedom, financial independence. And now I'm here and I'm free, and I have these $10,000 months where I can now have the time freedom to go out and get a skydiving license. I can now have the financial freedom to afford that. I can go pretty much live life on my terms. So if you notice there's some smell, there's the feel, there's touch, there's seeing the view from the high-rise apartment. I've already looked at the apartments. I've seen the view. I've seen the rooms digitally that I want to be at, and that image in my mind is so clear, it's so vivid, that absolutely nothing, no amount of work that I have to do is going to stop me or even deter me from continuing to move forward. So what is it you want? What do you want to achieve in your life? You may want to pick up and move to Barcelona. Maybe your dream job's to be a doctor. Maybe you just want to travel the world. I don't know what you want. What do you want? Whatever it is, the fastest way to get there is spoken about in this book. Tony Robbins, every successful person ever that I've studied has go ahead and said this. The fastest way to get there is to create a vivid, written down vision for yourself that will propel you through any hard times. So as Tony Robbins says, people aren't lazy, they just don't have goals that inspire them. And this is really what gets you inspired. People either need desperation or inspiration. That's another Tony Robbins quote. And inspiration is the more preferable of the two. So guys, I hope you took something out of that. This is a great book, Peaks and Valleys, by the way, really short story. Definitely recommend it to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.